Man, we are live. Yes, right. We are live. We are ready to go, and we are back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we're doing what we always do. It's a Tuesday night. You got Monday in the books. You got Monday Senior in the books. Tomorrow's Hump Day. Then we have Friday Junior. The weekend is on the horizon already. As you can see, we're looking sharp. We're looking fresh. We're looking clean tonight. You know, a little bit of ahead of things as far as the new branding, but why not lead the way? Folks, thank you for being here on a Tuesday. We're going to go through 2 hours of NXT 2.0 currently, I think, for a couple weeks. I know some of you know some of the answers out there. I don't want to hear them. We will walk through this. We got lots to talk about. Has anyone seen a White Rabbit lately? I have. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are ready to go and back at it again, of course. As I told everyone at the top, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and this is what we do. We love bringing you these live streams each and every night, just about every night. And that being said, who's bringing you these wonderful shows? Well, of course, I am Mr. KJ White, Mr. Every Night. See what I did there? I am the Iron Man of YouTube. I'm the guy that just won't go home. I just keep coming back and want to talk about more wrestling. And I am joined by my counterpart, but the master of mayhem, the troublemaker.
Yeah, the what machine himself. There a couple of times there I had to catch myself. I was waiting. I was halfway jumping for it. But no, I like that we're a little ahead of the curve on, you know, the new branding, the new version of NXT. It's nice that even right now I've got Solo and Carmelo.
Wait, what's happening here?
Talking it with HBK, but you got this blending of the two styles. Of you got like the rainbow splatter Nickelodeon video behind with the NXT gold and white logo.
We are NXT.
Kinda.
Why is Solo giving the belt back for?
Because he's on the main roster. I don't know. Maybe still, I guess, with the War Games, do you think we get like a winner takes all, say Bloodline versus Imperium, or say Bloodline versus Imperium versus Brawling Brutes?
I don't know now. There's a lot of play, Nick. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of things possibly at play here. The way I see it, it's some type of Imperium Bloodline feud. I don't know how you could really. I think a triple threat might be too many men running around doing things.
But well, to me, it's more of interesting of now, like, does Solo or Sammy potentially get the IC belt? Sorry. So Carmelo still got to earn the belt back.
Oh, in a ladder match. 6 weeks at Halloween Havoc.
Interessante.
You know what? I hate to say this, but the Heartbreak Kid did not age well.
Which way are you looking, Sean? Which way?
What happened to Sean? He was the sexy boy.
Well, there was that weird thing, because remember, there was the whole when Chris Jericho threw him into the Jeritron 5000, and potentially some glass got in there or whatever. It's just kind of weird fitting that may have happened to Sean when he's known for throwing Marty Jannetty through a pane of glass. So.
Right. That's fair enough. Welcome, Mr. CJ Brand, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that completes the triad that is the Wrasslin for Life Network in the chat. So good to see you, CJ. Hope you're doing well, sir. It is going to be crazy. I don't know who else is going to be in it. I guess they're having a series of qualifying matches, and I don't know how many people are going to be in the ladder match or how it's going to work. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes has to earn his title back, but Solo wins it. Takes it up to the main roster. Didn't even make it to the main roster and had to give it back. Oh, wait, did he have it on Friday?
Yes, because remember he defended it against Mojo, and then he just turned around and now he's giving it back all of a sudden. That's a little demeaning of like, hey, I won your belt, but yeah, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know about that. Like, why would... And like generally what would happen was, like, you know, when we saw champions shift to the main roster and you get a cup of tea there and you're like, oh shit, they're about to make the move, they would go back down and then like concede the title, right? Lose to somebody, let the next guy go over and then make the official push.
Right. Because I mean, we did talk about how him being on Friday nights might have been more of like a spotlight on NXT, and now it almost redacts that of, oh well, you paid attention to me with the belt. Well, just what? I don't care enough. You can have it. I don't need it.
Timeout. Sorry, and you're right, but I didn't realize we're on match 3 of this series already.
Wait, what? How did we jump time here?
Did they fight on Level Up?
Did they mix up their tapings like NXT UK?
Or did we just not watch last time?
I mean, to be honest, I think there's plenty of other things involving, rabbits and, wonderlands and all that we could be talking about. Oh no. Yes, this is 2 out of 3 falls. Okay. I thought you were talking about with like the series for the NXT North America.
Oh, no. I was watching this and I don't remember the first 2 matches at all.
I remember 1. I don't remember 2, unless they was it a draw or something? Either way, we've got Axiom, aka Razor Wing, versus you're gonna have to help me out with a second name.
Nathan Frazer.
There we go.
Nathan Frazer is a bit of had a bit of buzz around him when he came into the company. I legitimately think at this point, looking around at some of the talent that they have, you're primed for an actual light heavyweight division.
Well, yeah, he reminds me of. He looks like a cruiserweight Heath Slater,
right?
That's instantly what he reminds me of. But it feels like you said of that they're still want to always halfway go back to a light heavyweight or a cruiserweight division.
But I mean, I think that's one thing that WWE has never done proper. Vince can never figure out how to book light heavyweights or cruiserweights.
Right.
Maybe there's hope that if, under Papa Paul, he says, you know what? Tony wants trios and shit like that. Let's do cruiserweights. And maybe it's exclusively to NXT the way it was with Escobar, right? And where they started having that crossover. Cruiserweight Heath.
Just because it's mean doesn't mean it's wrong. But
CJ popped me here with this. We're known as the diet.
So we're known as the diet. Oh,
listen,
God.
You keep your schism to yourself.
Right.
Pause.
Schism responsibly, folks.
Let us know in the chat. Who do you got? And if you know the right answer, just shut up.
No, we won't know. So I guess
we won't know. Pretend.
Right. So I guess you can go on a Dale 5-0 streak.
Yeah, like if everyone here is going to be perfect tonight except us two.
Right.
Even though I do know a couple things that happened tonight, and it is what it is.
The only thing I know is about the whole rumors of Ilya coming back to NXT and at least NXT in the US. That's literally that's a hard.
That's a hard thing. For all the NDAs that get signed in the WWE, you can't make your studio audience sign one.
Right.
Damien, good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. Looking forward to Tyler Bate versus JD McDonagh. Yeah, should be a hell of a main event. Winner, I don't care who wins.
Oh yeah, do we get that kind of going back to the black and gold style of because JD McDonagh versus Tyler Bate, at least on paper, sounds like an NXT black and gold match.
It does. I mean, it reminds me of like when you would tune in and the main event would be like Oni Lorcan and what was his partner?
Timothy Thatcher.
No, the other one. Number 1. The guy from Boston.
Right. Well, no, there was Oni Lorcan, and then there was, oh God, now I'm failing on my NXT knowledge, but someone's going to correct me.
I know who it is. I can see his face.
Right. He was another bald man.
Send in your Nick picks. Yes.
Yeah. Send Nick picks responsibly, folks.
Right. So, folks, make sure you get your Nick picks in. And there's your next t-shirt.
Oh, God. We're still selling the first one. We're already on to the next one.
We're always thinking ahead, my friend. We're always thinking ahead. Dead. So what are your Nick picks for this match? Do you got Axiom or do you got Nathan Frazer? It was Oni Lorcan and fucking Danny Burch. There you go.
We said it at the same time. Shit.
Oh, that's amazing. Man, I could see his face and literally a big fan of Danny's. There you go, Chris. Where were you a second ago? Come on now.
Right. Well, no, I pictured it. It's another bald man, and they had like the Imperium tracksuit jacket on.
Yeah. They had great matches against each other. Remember, they went through the series where they had like 2 or 3 matches. They ended up having 3 matches, but I think in the first, they took turns breaking each other's nose. It was amazing. I
would be surprised. I mean, Oni had a good match against Moxley at Bloodsport. So
yeah. Oh, that was amazing, actually. But Oni came out of the gate and threw a European uppercut. Bang! Broke his nose.
Just instantly.
And then it became kind of folklore where these guys beat the shit out of each other. And then the next time the other guy was bleeding, but it was legit potatoes.
But and that's the thing is now we're getting back to the takeover names. Now we're getting, back towards we're white and gold. We're the hybrid of 2.0 and black and gold.
Well, they got to listen. Nobody was ever going to take this brand seriously as Rainbow as fuck. And
Nick,
it was just, right? It was just too kiddie. It was too playful. And again, you got to cut things out of the show like Wendy Choo, and Tiffany Stratton's got to act like a fucking adult and not a ditz.
Never Wendy Choo yourself.
Yeah, don't Wendy Choo up your show.
Right.
Harry, A-Town, how are you doing? Big shout out. Thank you for being here. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, Curtis, Hagen, Chris, everybody down.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. That's the thing is now you can hear it in your head of just, oh, brother.
Oh, brother. No, it was Kane who fucked up his eye with a big boot. Yes, that is true.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost certain that's accurate.
I'm interested in that. I hadn't heard that one. That to me, I instantly think of Goldberg, the big boot to Brett that gave him the concussion that kind of ended Brett.
It just looks like he retired from wrestling and sat on his porch in the sun ripping darts.
Well, still, he's the Jim Leahy of WWE.
And listen, I love the guy. He's a legend. He's a hero. But it's just like, you're just so used to he was the sexy boy. Now he looks like.
Remember when he was on? I can't remember what WrestleMania panel it was, but he was on there with a leather vest and a black tie, but just a regular T-shirt underneath it. Yeah. Like hobo Shawn Michaels.
He looks like Mickey Rourke's little brother.
Oh.
Think about it.
Right.
Oh fuck. By the way, we're in commercial break right now. If you haven't made a Nick pick for this match tonight, we got Axiom. I don't know who that is.
That's going to be a thing now.
Nathan Frazer. They are in a 2 out of 3 series. Series is tied at 1, so this is sudden death.
So does this though go like the bar best out of 7 series to where they just end up as a tag team?
Yeah, I don't want to see them as a tag team. That's the fucking problem.
I think they should have. Well, they should have just left him as a kid before they just ripped off Razor Wing. But it's a nothing feud. We forgot, we missed the whole match in this.
Right now, folks out there, if you don't know what Nick's talking about, go Google Razor Wing and see what comes up. And if you don't think that's Axiom, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Now the problem is, you think there would be some type of lawsuit or likeness rights issue or assist and deceased, something.
Yeah, well, I get that, but it's also you're an independent wrestler. How much money do you really want to try and go at WWE?
I don't know. But this man should be using this to build some fame out of it.
He just comes out as B Kid the next show that he does.
That's what that would be fucking genius.
I'm not A Kid, I'm B Kid. Well, since they took my gimmick, I'll take theirs.
Right. Big drop kick by Nathan Frazer. That was weird with Solo. Anybody understand how that just played out? It's weird to me. I missed the explanation.
Well, and even then, still, regardless of an explanation for him to still just be like, I'm not going to defend this title, y'all can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. It's a little awkward. Especially when he just won it, too. It's not like he was Carmelo and had a super long reign. And then just no one can beat me, hands it in. That's one thing. Josh Alexander with the X Division.
Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. If you guys are watching NXT yourselves, let me know. At the beginning of what Shawn Michaels was talking about, was the explanation the fact that Solo has moved to the main roster, therefore he can't keep the belt? Was that the explanation?
Maybe. That would still be interesting.
I think it's silly.
Oh, well, it's silly all the way around.
Right? You know what? You really want to make it matter? You leave him up on the main roster for a couple weeks, right? Do his thing. Send Carmelo up there to get it and bring it back down.
Well, yeah, well, and like we talked about with Friday, it's kind of that spotlight on NXT, and it's people instantly see the North American title, and there it stands out versus the rest of the WWE belt. Yeah. So it draws you in.
Solo and Carmelo have a barn burner of a match on a SmackDown. It brings eyes. And then again, if Carmelo does win it at some point with the intent to bring it down, back down, people are like, where did that guy go? Where did the cool belt go? Where, what happened there? Like, goes.
Exactly. You use it as a tryout match.
Right? Come to the trios.
Yeah, come to the triouts. Have Solo versus Carmelo. That's actually a fantastic idea of have that as a North American title on SmackDown. Just any week you want to have it, you know that's going to be a killer match.
Right. Oh, my God.
What?
Wow. What a super kick.
Roll
Nathan
up.
Frazer with the 2 count. Came up short, but bang. What a super kick.
Well, when you've got the perfectionator of it, as your, I guess, head of creative, you better nail that move.
Right. He drilled it. Axiom took it like
Jesus.
Did you just get the super kick now?
Yep.
That happened yesterday.
Right, but that's what makes it fun around here is you to get, double the reaction, double the fun.
That's BS that he has to relinquish the belt. He looks like the next Marlboro guy. Ding. I like that one.
The next guy driving a F-150.
Right. I don't want to bag on the guy, but it's interesting when you see him. Like, what happened?
Well, it's just there's no build to this feud. It just kind of happened. There's nothing that super draws you in of like, I'm really invested as to who wins this match. We missed the whole match. We're like, meh.
Look at this. Look at this. CJ.
Oh, cool.
The man's not even on the screen and he's trying to get a scissor.
Right. Pause.
Oh. Rear naked choke. Got the hooks in. Boy. Hello, everyone. Victor, welcome. Edward, welcome. Chris, welcome. Hagen, welcome. Dale, welcome back. This guy's on a 34-0 streak.
Right. The man's got the Goldberg Bianca Belair streak going.
All right. Batman is back. No. Mike's here. Welcome. JV's here, of course. Damien, CJ Brand, as we mentioned. And he has a very valid point here. Welcome to the Wrasslin for Life Network. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and bring your friends and family. Grab some popcorn and let's go. I like it, folks. So this is the Wrasslin for Life Network. This match is still going. Wow, what a move. Nathan Frazer really impressing me.
Yeah, it's like you said, it would work perfectly in like the Cruiserweight Classic or on 205 Live. This would be a barn burner on 205 Live.
Oh, no, I was wrong. Now we're tied up one apiece. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure the graphic was it a double graphic? So now this is 1-1. My bad. This is the second one. That's why I don't remember any of the other ones.
Oh, it's a badass finisher, though. Catches him into the suplex and then to a corkscrew suplex. Corkscrew moonsault? 3 count.
Yes, KJ, it was explained that Solo is on the main roster. That's bullshit. I see you, Vic. Look, CJ catching the what shirt.
Right. What?
Folks, you can be cool like Victor, too, and get yourself a spiffy Wrasslin for Life t-shirt. We have a wide selection to choose from, as in 3. And of course, as you see Victor rocking the what t-shirt, be like Victor, be a Victor. The victor goes to spoil.
Exactly.
Right.
Why?
And then, of course, there's the Mr. Every Night t-shirts. Wear it to the bar, wear it out. Let people know what's up. Let people know that you're not just a some night. You're an every night type of guy.
You bout
And
that
then,
action, folks.
in honor of our boy in the chat, our man in the chat, he's always telling us, get those scissors out and cut the shit. So if you're bringing it incorrect, got it. And then here we go. Now we just mashed together 2 slogans.
Right?
Get your t-shirt. Be a victor.
Right, exactly. Why? Yeah, be a victor, be a friend, tell a friend. Absolutely go out and if you want to be styling or profiling like Ric Flair, go ahead and grab yourself one of those lovely t-shirts from Alt Wrestling Tees or on redbubble.com. And right now I'm getting a video package for Alba Fire versus Mandy Rose. CJ with all of the scissors right now. Yes, CJ, you can go get one of his lovely t-shirts. If you just need to let people know, I'm sick of your bullshit, you need to cut the shit. Go ahead and do that, folks. But so right now I've got Toxic Attraction backstage, and to me, they're still just ready-made, ready to deliver up to the main roster. I still feel like we're just kind of placeholding here, that there's still I just popped the guy, wanted himself twice. Yes. But that Toxic Attraction is still on NXT and not on the main roster or anything like that. Like them versus Damage Control. I get it's heel versus heel, but Mandy's got completely revitalized her whole career down in NXT. Gigi and JC and especially Gigi are over like no other when it comes to being down there. So we saw it when they came up for the women's tag titles tournament. But so right now we are getting Gigi Dolan and JC Jane in action with Mandy Rose at ringside, all of them looking fine as ever. MJF said his fans are called devil worshippers. Yes, I did see that interview, and it's always still great to me of how much MJF managed to constantly stay in character all the time. I did watch that interview with Wrasslin on Barstool, and then he was also even on with Ariel Helwani. He did bring up a lot of good points about that. This is the opportunity for everybody backstage at AEW to really kind of start to make their claim and start to take that spot, move that needle the next way up. I think his whole AEW is not in any bit of trouble is a bit much. But it's always interesting to hear MJF, and now I feel like he's becoming and I know Cage is going to come back and call me a Mark for him and everything, because I bought a scarf. Yes, I'm a fan of MJF. But he's kind of the next one to, I feel like, really bring in a new era into AEW. And at the end of the day, you don't want to see any sort of monopoly or anything like that when it comes to pro wrestling, because then only so many guys can be at the top. But folks, I'm right now in commercial break, so we're getting Toxic Attraction versus I can't remember. Oh, they're versus the Diamond Mine coming up next. Yes, Mark, what? Yes, I know, CJ. Nick, what do you think about that quick fantasy booking for the Ring of Honor title? I might have missed it, JB, so you might have to. I'm like gum. You guys stepped on me. Now you're stuck with me. And I appreciate it, JV. But if you whatever booking you were talking about for the Ring of Honor title, I must have missed that. So you might have to repost that. Well, Cage is not here, so I guess I'll answer this question. Oh, this is even tougher, I feel, for me than KJ potentially, of Gigi Dolan versus Jamie Hayter. Ooh. Oh. Right now, I'm going to have to take Gigi, but I still think we get, that Jamie Hayter. We get her to turn on Britt. We've already kind of seen a little bit of the cracks forming, but I do think we end up with, I don't know if exactly babyface, Jamie Hayter, or if we get her maybe with Blackpool Combat Club, because we've had a couple of names mentioned there of Serena Deeb or Jamie Hayter, or I think a dark horse on that is Marina Shafir. So let me know what you guys think about that. Nick, honestly, Maxwell is just a copycat Mike Mizanin. No. That's the easy comparable, I feel, just because, obviously of commonalities. But I do think MJF goes back to still always working that he lives the gimmick fully. The man, has had posts from his parents calling him an asshole and everything. It's almost a goal of people that have him on an interview of trying to break him out of character, or people, at meet and greets and everything. It's the man constantly is going, constantly working kayfabe, constantly. You never know fully if it's a work or if it's a shoot or anything like that with him. And I think that that's what makes him special. Everything feels real, authentic, just like us. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. You're talking about the wrestling, you better put that forward life with it. But no, with MJF everything's believable with him. Everything's based in reality, I feel, with that. Oh, God. Now we're getting the swords like Drew McIntyre coming out and everything. Curtis, fun fact, the North American title was the main title in the Mid-South promotion from 1978 to 1986. Legends who held the title include Ted DiBiase, Junkyard Dog, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Butch Reed, and Mr. Wrestling 2. I did not know that. I thought, honestly, especially being a NXT WWE product and everything like that, or a belt that they made, that it really didn't have any sort of historic ties in or anything like that, that it was very much more, just a product of how can we just make something that's our own. But no, that's fantastic if it's actually got a lineage tangentially. I butchered that whole word. But if there's an extended history to it, I think that's great. But so, folks, I'm back right now getting a video package about Damon Kemp, spray painting his Diamond Mine singlet. So what do you guys think about the whole Damon Kemp turn? What's the whole vibe going on with Diamond Mine right now? I think that, it's interesting to me of what do they do with Roddy? Are we going to get Gable Stevenson ever actually showing up in WWE, even though he was drafted to Raw? And just on a complete side note, I still think, and obviously we're in tapings, but I do think it's interesting that we're getting this. It's jarring a bit of that we've got the rainbow splatter and everything behind, the white and gold logo. Just JV Jericho versus Claudio title. Yuta screws over Claudio. Jericho wins title. Sets up Yuta versus Claudio feud, and Garcia versus Jericho for the ROH title. You're already losing me with some of the people involved in that JV. And I feel like we kind of already had that match a little bit, I feel. The double turn can give you Yuta a bit of depth of character. But so I guess that's one thing that people have halfway speculated of. Are we going to get, because Garcia is going to come and push Yuta out, are we going to get Yuta going to the Jericho Appreciation Society? But I don't think you could see him as a quote-unquote sports entertainer. I think that we're still going to grow up. We're going to potentially balloon out in the Blackpool Combat Club of, it might be, AEW loves them some factions, so we might get them kind of ballooned out like NWO that almost had factions within factions a little bit. Oh, Lord. What do you think about Tony Khan taking a shot at the pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia? I haven't seen him take any sort of a shot with that. If I'm missing something, somebody let me know. I'm sure the fact checkers out there will. But right now I've just got Ivy Nile and I always forget her name, but backstage. But so we've got the ladies tag team of the Diamond Mine coming out right now. So we've got them versus Toxic Attraction. Let me know who you're taking for this match, folks. I think it's kind of obvious that it's going to be Toxic Attraction. I've said plenty of times I feel like they should all as a trio be on the main roster. So I think that this is it's kind of a one-sided match. Anthony says, Nick, actually have a better dark horse joining the BCC. When she comes back, I see Thunder Rosa joining that group. Thought. It's honestly, to me, it's going to be interesting if Thunder Rosa even joins AEW back, let alone joins going to the Blackpool Combat Club or anything like that. I think she still very much needs to establish herself. She needs to, she's had the backstage issues. She needs to solidify herself as a leader in that locker room. Say this as an outside person, but I think that her Thunder Rosa in the AEW is always kind of just, it's never been booked right. It's never felt right. It's never blended perfectly. She won the championship and then you felt bad more for the Brit losing the title than Thunder winning it. She didn't have that great of a title reign because she didn't have that great of challengers. And she was already kind of instantly outshined by her tag team partner in Toni Storm with Thunderstorm. So it really comes down to how she's booked in AEW and if she wants to go back there, honestly. But right now, Toxic Attraction in control in this match. Oh, big head kick. Okay, fine. No more scissor, but oh, Lordy. Oh, I'm behind. Tatum Paxley kind of looks like DMD with the mask on. Yeah, a little bit. I think that might be even. Thank you, though, Chris, by the way, for helping me remember her name, Tatum Paxley. But yeah, she does a little bit. I thought we almost even might have gotten that with Austin Theory with when he faced KO. He broke his nose and all of that. We might have gotten the the dashing Cody Rhodes type mask and all of that. But yeah, I can see the resemblance there. Jericho is going to want the ROH title. If Jericho wins the Ring of Honor title, I feel like anyone that has watched Ring of Honor ever before is just going to instantly lose their mind. Because there's, to me, one person that doesn't fit, I guess, especially currently, what ROH kind of stands for is Chris Jericho. But anyways, if we're going to push Garcia and Yuta as part of the second generation of pillars, best way to go, because right now Ricky Starks is stuck in the TNT division. Well, and even then, I wouldn't say people are stuck in the TNT division. I think with the AEW division, and I know we're getting on a little bit of an AEW, talk versus or during NXT, but with quote unquote being stuck in the TNT division, I wouldn't exactly say that that's a problem when you have one of the most over guys in that company, Wardlow there. You had him doing the stare down with Samoa Joe, which signed me up for that. I think that they're doing their mid-card titles right, and they don't have to rebuild it like AEW or WWE does with the Intercontinental in the US to where you have to make fans take it seriously. You already kind of do take it seriously. Oh, I already got that.
I take it seriously.
Right.
Quickly on a side note, and I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't been here for 76 comments, but I'm back. But quickly, I mean, I don't know if you saw the group chat, but it's circulating around pretty heavy right now that when you pull up the WWE Extreme Rules poster, people are freaking out because there's a lantern and some fireflies.
Oh, I saw that there's a lantern in like the top left corner. That to me it just kind of looks like a sweep background. And I guess
right.
If I want to go full reach and full,
there are fireflies though.
Right. Oh, I've thought for the longest time that the whole time that this was Bray. I've gone full Alice down the rabbit hole of this Bray conspiracy. I'm over here like Charlie from Always Sunny, looking for Pepe Sylvia. But to me, it's like when you remember that innocuous tweet when he was talking about like quote unquote the Devil's Hole and South Nebraska or something like that. the website that Google search leads you to has a white rabbit in the corner and everything, and the moderator's a white rabbit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured that out when I was doing all the digging for the video. So I mean, again, like it's just is it just imagery for the sake of imagery, or is it going somewhere?
I feel like though Cross has almost come out on Twitter, and I can't quote the exact tweets or anything like that, but he's almost come out and more denied his involvement in this. And it's like I said,
he was flattered that people. Yes, he said people were flattered that they remember that, but essentially not today.
Right? Yeah, it might be one of those that it's you just re-debuted him to do that other gimmick change really quick. What?
Coming to get you.
All right. The boogeyman. But to do that much of a gimmick change that quick after bringing him back, and how many people outside of, everybody that has, a search engine, instantly thought of Karrion Kross when this started playing and everything, or remembered his whole run as the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground?
No, nobody really remembered it, and I watched it, so it was kind of funny. When someone else said it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that shit happened."
Right.
But to your point, I mean, again, there's certain guys like where you start tying them together, where you're like, too many leaders. Like a guy like Karrion Kross. I know that was your feeling about Edge.
Right. Yeah. I'm still think that there might be this little play of Bray and Kross together, just because, like in the Hangman video and all of that, you have, the hourglass inside of a red circle, which has always been kind of floating around with Bray right now. But you even have that over like the Play logo. You have the same font in the Hangman as.
Man, I played with that. I was playing anagram games like a motherfucker, trying to see what else I could spell with those letters. I would not let it go, and then I was like demon, and then other people had already figured it out, and I was like, oh shit! But yeah, I figured it out too. Yay! Woo!
Well, everybody's trying to become a Scrabble champion when it comes to that.
Fucking hell! But I mean, everybody's buzzing about this, and it's crazy. Like, I mean, I don't know the last time something had. I mean, we talked about it before when the Edge videos came out, and you have guys dedicating their entire YouTube channel to like, is Bray coming? And you're like, not yet.
Right? No, not yet. Well, so, and I guess with the 923, do you think that we get, if it is Bray, especially if it's Bray, do you think we get him returning, or do we get another teaser?
See, it's interesting because originally when we were thinking about it, and I had the feeling of like, okay, how would I do it? I mean, potentially you could continue to build kind of in the direction you were, whether it's the Brawling Brutes, I don't think so, but Imperium chasing down the Bloodline, and they end up all in War Games together. And again, if they're going back and forth, I mean, what better way than a big giant War Games cage for Bray Wyatt and friends to show up and fuck them all up? So that was my initial thought, where like maybe we can go this way. And I don't know anymore. I think that's thin for me. I think we're going to get more of an impact sooner than that.
I think we still might get another teaser. I still do, and you were the first one to really throw it out there in our little group chat to where it's at a War Games and everything, and in the dead center of it, we get towards the end of the match. We're building towards the climax. The lights go out, and then you start hearing the White Rabbit start to play, and then out pops Bray out of the center of the ring. And I think Bray alone he doesn't have to quote unquote decimate everybody, but he lays a couple of people out, and then
he has to decimate everybody. No. Dude, if he makes his return in the middle of something, when all said and done, the last thing you're going to see is Wyatt and or friends standing in the middle of that ring, letting everybody know who's back and on top, at top of the mountain as far as being a oogie boogie spooky man.
Well, speaking of oogie boogie spooky man, we have discount Bray Wyatt right now in the ring with Joe Gacy, and I get he was great outside of WWE. WWE, do it better. And we've got the unfortunate time grizzled young veterans, Schism, flanking him.
Look who told me.
Yeah.
It's just Edge.
Oh, Lord.
Follow the buzzards, run, rabbit, run. There was a comment here I wanted to address. I wasn't sure if you had addressed it. Bray Wyatt, more cryptic messages on Twitter. Yeah, the Bray Wyatt, listen, when we did our PWI 500, realistically, if this guy had wrestled 6 matches, he'd be in the top 10 just based on his notoriety.
Oh, I feel like if this guy had wrestled a match, if he had just returned, you don't even have
to wrestle. He's got to hit that criteria of that. Like,
their criteria, not our criteria.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, realistically, if you were to rank out, like when we go to the year end, when we hit December here in a couple months, God, that's sad to say. When we get to the end of this year and we start going through our rankings, I mean, Bray was one of the most talked about wrestlers in the industry this year without even fucking being in a building.
Yeah, without having no contract, with having no promotion that he works for or anything like that, with having realistically nothing to do with professional wrestling outside of teasing and trolling.
Yeah, trolling, teasing, weird imagery. Like, that shit still pissed me off because I don't give a fuck. It was like, listen, you called it, I get it, but I took it hook, line, and sinker because they were putting it up on a platter a little bit.
Oh, well, trust me. Now you know, turnabout's fair play, because if this isn't Bray, I'm
right. I just love that you jumped on the Bray train with me. Right. You might have waited a couple stops and I kind of hit every single fucking one, but
right. I went for, when it's really blatant in your face.
Right. So, I mean, yes. I mean, it's a safe bet that, I mean, it would. You do run the risk of when you play games like this, if it's not Bray, you just bum everybody out.
Little bit. That's the Tony Khan problem. Tony Khan's had that, and it's also one of those of, that's why I feel like we might be getting a tease on SmackDown of how long can you let this play, and especially because Bray's been kind of teasing and taunting and trolling and everything for so long. Okay. How long do you go before one of those burns people out?
Do you know why I'm optimistic that it will be more than a teaser? Because we can get sick and tired of, and again, it gets to the point where if there's more clues, more story, it's like, all right, it's fucking Bray. Where is he? You know what I mean? Right. Like, but beyond that, tomorrow night, your birthday, Grand Slam. And if it goes down the way you and I have predicted it's going to go down,
right,
it's going to be big fucking news.
And
that, for anyone at home who doesn't know what we think is going to happen tomorrow, I and my buddy Nick believe that Mr. Scarf is going to walk out of Queens with the belt on his shoulder.
Yes, Mr. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who's already been on record saying that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Whether he does it at Grand Slam, whether he does it the week after. I think Grand Slam's the perfect opportunity to do it, but he's waiting in the wings to kind of pick the bones out of whoever wins this championship match, which even that alone on paper is fantastic because you've got Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, I guarantee, I mean, I think we both would bet the house on this one. There's no way. Is this guy fighting in a sweater vest?
Look good, feel good, play good.
It's got to be sweaty and gross. Come on now.
A little bit.
But yeah, I mean, where was I going with that? What were we saying? So it couldn't have been that important,
right? We were in White Rabbit discussion.
Well, I mean, it's just, that's what it was. Too many clues. You get to the point where you burn it out. Now, what I was saying about MJF is that, again, if you're paying attention to kind of how this game has been played so far between the two companies, even though everyone's saying we're not, if MJF wins and has huge news, what does WWE offer up on a Friday night to take some of those headlines away? It'd be the second time it happened to MJF.
One of those of what's your response?
I think so.
If that's their, and I think we've both been on record saying that if Bray Wyatt shows up, regardless of where, if he shows up, that's kind of a, you know, nuke when it comes to the pro wrestling scene right now. That's a very much a game changer. That's a shift in the balance either way.
Well, and I mean, for me, that would be the second time that MJF had a big moment get overshadowed by other shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's my thought. I even thought, like, that's possibly, you got to figure, it's Grand Slam week. We all know it's Grand Slam week. We all know that Grand Slam's coming. It's going to be here Wednesday, Friday. We all know it's your birthday. We've talked about it. That's the week where we finally get some type of teaser that has nobody's talking about Grand Slam. Go to the internet right now, scroll through a wrestling hashtag, and see how long before you hit something about Grand Slam. If every third post isn't Bray Wyatt, I'll give you my toe.
Well, no, you'll if you search Grand Slam, you'll find all these people on the WWE roster and everything, like Sheamus or The Miz, who's double Grand Slam. You'll find all these people that have hit it. You're not finding stuff for AEW. Like you said, I do very much think you're going to get one of those of you're going to finally get something to really sink your teeth into that hook that's really going to catch you. And okay, now I got to start watching, regardless of Punk being there, regardless of Kenny Omega and, you know, the EVPs, the Young Bucks being there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is that moment of like hit. Oh shit, you sunk my battleship. Right. And that's what you're going for at this point is put a boat in the water, or put the boat under the water. So for me, Nick, it's possible because, again, it's different than old school wrestling when we had the Monday Night Wars where they're really battling for the ratings. And I know both companies want the ratings, but they can understand their ratings and justify it, right? Like, who was it the other day was bragging about we're the number one, you know, in our time slot for our channel or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, well, that's Jericho all the time.
Yeah, Jericho. And it's like, okay.
What was he? He was like the something king,
the demo king.
The demo king. Yes, thank you. But yeah, they very much, we're the number one show on Wednesday nights. Cool. Well, WWE's been the number one show in professional wrestling, so there's a difference.
Why? Oh, okay. See, I love this. What other theories do we have out there? This is hilarious.
Oh Lord. Well, no, I have heard that, especially with like the whole Wyatt Six of, and I thought you were
talking about Biden. I was like, you heard what?
No, about I'm not even paying attention to that. About to where like Cross could be the White Rabbit, you know, Scarlett's the quote unquote Red Queen, or if you want to get like going to, he's going to surround himself with these literal versions of the Firefly Funhouse, like say Brawny the Strowman's, Huskus the Pig.
Right. Oh, they're hugging. We're getting a hug.
Why?
You're getting a hug.
Hug it out, bro.
Oh, what happened to the Grizzled Young Vets? On a quick side note, is Dro's going to get put in the penalty box if he keeps repeating that. Why do you do that lately? There's a new thing.
Right.
Logan Paul, LOL. Listen, I've been listening to a lot of people about Logan Paul. And I still think it sucks. And this is why. As a wrestling fan, I've been watching, as a wrestling fan, we've been watching this product for so long. So it almost seems ridiculous that you would just take, you know, you have an event coming up that kind of separate from everything else we're watching. Same people, you know, Roman's still there. I still have trouble justifying the fact that, and I get it. It's a spectacle. So I don't really care. I understand where they're going with it. I understand that, you know, Logan Paul has 30 million social media followers, and, you know, Jake has a whole shit ton, and they're uber popular and blah, 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 blah. I get it. But as a wrestling fan, I hate it. Let's see this. Rumor for War Games for ladies match: Bianca, Alexa, Asuka, Raquel, Aaliyah, boo, Bailey, Dakota, Io, low, Gigi, and JC. That's an interesting rumor. I don't love it on paper. I really don't, just because it's very thrown together. I mean, if it's Triple H mentioned trying to make it storyline based, so we'll see how he gets there. I mean, we got a lot of time, right? We still got to go through 2 pay-per-views technically, and a few weeks of wrestling. So we'll see how they get there. If they can build up to that, I'm not thrilled about that babyface team, to be honest. And to look at that as I'm not jumping up and down. Like, I can't wait for them to get at it. No, I don't know. I don't love it. And I like a lot of the people involved. The bald-headed guy in the ring looks like a knockoff bum-ass Corbin. Not bad. Not a bad shot there, Victor. Anorexic Corbin. What is this? What was the name of the rabbit in the Firefly Playhouse? It was. I should get this off the top of my head. Now you got me on the spot. All right, fact checkers. Who's got it? It's on the tip of my tongue. What'd CJ say that was funny? That's it. Actually, someone said that last night. Dro got the shit. That's funny as hell. That's like the gobbledygooker kind of idea there. You can't do that. There you go. I thought the same thing, Victor. We're getting a big hug. They're stealing from the best friends. Wait for the story to hit. Twitter blowing up. Rally Sport, welcome. Anthony, welcome. CJ still doing his thing. Edward, welcome. Victor, I've already said hi to you, but hello. Normal guy, welcome. I don't know who else I missed. I was gone for a minute. Somebody had a comment I wanted to address about Tony Khan. Anthony, my new rule is if you can't fit your thought into one box, I'm not reading it. I'm kidding. Where are we going with this, folks? I'm trying to find that one question. Anyway, someone asked about Tony Khan's comments. No, wait. I'll come back to that, CJ. I like that one. Tony Khan's comments about Saudi Arabia, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. Tony needs to shut the fuck up. Tony needs to shut his mouth. Tony needs to just worry about his company, his EVPs, his booking, his shitty show. He needs to figure it out, like what to do with Ring of Honor. Who's going to put us on TV? Where are we going to put this product? Where are we going to put all these wrestlers? How many people can I sign? Is 148 or whatever the fuck they got now too much? I get it. And we all make our comments. And here comes Wendy Choo. Her entrance is kind of catchy, though. That being said, folks, Tony's just got to mind his own business. Like, we all have our opinions about the Saudi shows and going over there, and some people have mixed reviews about the whole concept and the money and da-da-da-da-da-da. But Tony, your whole dumpster is on fire. All back here, all on fire, Tony. Don't worry about what the WWE is doing. Put your head down, get a team around you, make some plans, give us a really good show. Tomorrow's a good chance to do that. You can literally be at the top of all the headlines, making buzz, making noise for all the right reasons. Not inner fighting, but a big moment, a big surprise, a big swerve, a big change, something. You have an opportunity. But don't worry about Triple H. Stop making shitty comments. This is part of the problem when it happened now. And a lot of the diehard AEW fans are legitimately like, well, can we all just get along? No, because Tony and people like Tony, like Jericho, they can't stop making their little pot shots at WWE. They can't do it. Yes, it is Wendy Choo, by the way. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, for me, Tony's just got to mind his own business, get to work, and stop fucking around. The little snide comments he makes, and even the I'm not going to take this. What are you going to do? Really, do something. Okay, if you're going to talk it, we're going to show them. Show them. Get ballsy. Like, brand Ring of Honor, get rid of Rampage, and move Ring of Honor 8 to 10 on Fridays if you think you're tough. Show us. And everyone's going to go, KJ, that's a crazy idea. Nick hates that idea. But if you're going to walk the walk, walk it. Put on a better show. See what you can do. Or, hey, go back to Wednesdays. Or not Wednesdays. Go to Tuesdays. Fuck with them a little. Put ROH up against the black and gold. Do something. But too often he's got an opinion about a company that right now is running the race. How long do you think it will take ex-Jacksonville Jaguars to sign to AEW? I don't know. Corey, that's a good question. I've never actually considered that. It's possible. I mean, if guys are around the team, or not even just Jaguars, but and I see why you made that connection, but guys that Tony's rubbed elbows with, been around, that are football players, we know there's a long history of transferring, taking football players and transferring them into wrestlers and having that transition, and they've done well. Some of them have done really well. So, yeah, not bad. KJ, would you pull the trigger on MJF? Pull the trigger on giving MJF the belt? 100%. Absolutely. Moxley winning the belt again is not great for a business. It's not. I know there's a lot of people out there that like Moxley. Rinse, repeat, seen it, saw it. I wouldn't even be. I'd be fine if dear old Moxley would take a sabbatical. And I know he already did that, but this version of Mox, the last couple of weeks since the suspensions and everything, much better. However, I personally had got to the point, and I know I have this debate with family members at times where Moxley had kind of worn out. I was getting sick of hearing Wild Thing because we were hearing it every episode. So it was getting a lot. It was getting gratuitous for me. But that being said, should they pull the trigger on MJF? Yes. The only thing I'm worried about is if Bryan wins and then MJF screws him. I don't like that angle. Bryan's first championship should be built to and be a run following it. I don't think. What is this? Wow. They got Roxy. Like, I'm telling you, it's Dora the Explorer. Wendy Choo can get the business. It's Wendy Choo. It's not good. Anybody out there a Wendy Choo fan? I just drop the gimmick. I think she'll be all right. She seems committed to what she's doing. Corey agrees. Ex-Jags will train in the Nightmare Academy and be on Stars on AEW and Dark. Eventually. I could see it. I hadn't put much thought of it. Why are we getting so much? So now we're getting more package. I don't know what's happening on NXT right now. Keep in mind, these are really going to be filler episodes until we get to the 2 weeks from now. You missed Boss Monster. Did I miss Boss Monster? Boss Monster. What's up, Boss Monster? How you doing? Corey, welcome to the channel, or welcome back, or both. Rambling Rabbit. That's it. Rambling Rabbit. Thank you. Rambling Rabbit. Completely forgot I even asked you guys that. I'll get back to that. I still want to. Anyway, what else do we got here, folks? Amen. What'd Boss say? Victor, you nasty. What's Victor up to now? Oh, just because of that? I choose you, buddy. Here comes Cora. Anybody got a prediction? I see a couple already there. Question of the day, KJ. Would you pull the trigger on MJF? Caught that. It's your final bullet since Bray Wyatt. The nuke might be in the market. If Bray shows up on WWE, what do you have to counter it? Truthfully, it's this, and this is my opinion. The only thing you can counter any of this with, because I mean, you're in a battle. You're in an uphill battle trying to go toe to toe with the WWE. You just are. You're outmanned. You're outgunned. You might have a whole lot of money, but what are you doing with that money? What are you doing with it, really? What Tony's got to focus on is getting in-house fixed. Spend money on people that are going to help develop what you have. The money that you've already spent on guys like Regal, guys like Jay Lethal, guys like Christian and Jericho to an extent, if he gets his head out of his ass, you have an opportunity to just build your show. Don't worry. Do you guys remember, and maybe not everyone out there will remember this, for the younger folks, go Google it and look it up. For the gentlemen and ladies that have been around in the 90s, when you had the Monday Night Wars, when WCW started scooping up Hogan and Macho Man, and then this guy, and then that guy, and started scooping them all up, WWE wasn't going out and trying to buy other guys and figure it out. They literally took a breath, let Eric, blow the wad, and then started building within. And it was all the guys that came within. I get it. Austin had been elsewhere, but he was nobody. He was fucking ringmaster. But as those guys developed within and came up together, people then had that continuity of following them. And when they got over, it exploded and people kept going with it. That's what Tony needs to do right now. Stop trying to compete. Stop looking at the big giant to your left. Take your time. Come up with a plan. Book. Make a long-term plan for your booking. Not just, my friend wants to beat this guy and my friend wants to wrestle this guy. Make a solid plan. And if you keep giving us good shows and good matches and good shows and good matches, that's your next move. Tomorrow, Grand Slam, deliver. Hi.
I fully agree with you. It's wrestling is cyclical. It's as, top guys, I guess, fall off, or even like what you said with like Hogan and Macho and all of them going to WCW, that they were on their back nine.
Right.
Very much so. As those guys fall off and ride off into the sunset, you have guys like Austin, Rock, so on and so forth that step up. And I think we might be getting now with guys like Punk, even though I agree with what he said. But maybe even the Young Bucks and the Elite ride off into the sunset.
But just quickly, Nick, to your point there, what you're pointing, and actually you just said something that kind of made me light bulb, is the fact of it's funny because there's one subtle difference, but Punk's on, later in his career. Brian's later in his career. Jericho's fucking done his career, should have retired a couple of years ago. People are going to be so mad at that comment. It's not totally true.
Jericho's said worse.
But the guys that you have picked up and spent good money on are, Regal's not obviously what he used to be. Joe's not what he used to be. So you have spent a good amount of money on that. The difference was when WCW did it, it moved the needle. This, not really.
Well, that's in how you use them. If you use guys like Regal, if you use guys like Jericho, if you use guys like Joe, like we saw Joe teasing a match with Wardlow, I'm instantly more invested in that than Joe playing around with Jay Lethal and Wardlow squashing 20 security guards.
I'm not going to lie.
Local enhancement talent.
Wendy Choo's kind of cute. I might be with Victor on this one.
Well, I ain't going to say any woman is bad looking, but no, I have Cora Jade for this win. That's who I got.
I like what you did there. I got Cora Jade for the win.
All right.
I'm struggling with Cora Jade. I mean, I don't know. That was a nice release German.
She's the
struggling
angsty, not British Paige.
Not British Paige. Oh, I like it. I think for me, as a grown-ass man, I know some of the fans out there get glow. She's cute. We like her. But whatever. She's young as shit.
She was a skater girl.
Yeah, and she just comes off like a spoiled brat who's like, I don't know. The heel turn forward doesn't work for me. Maybe
she does what Tiffany Stratton's gimmick is.
Cora wins.
Oh.
Wow. The announcer just said Cora proves she can be the number one woman in the industry because she beat a lady in pajamas. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah. It's
what?
Congratulations. You beat female Orange Cassidy.
The girl was just trying to take a nap anyway. You should have pinned her 8 minutes ago.
Right.
MJF wins the strap at Grand Slam, hence the Grand Slam reference in his pipe bomb. Ooh, now we're doing some... Oh, wait, what the fudge?
Oh, why did I make the connection when you said what the fudge to where Wendy Choo is wearing mint chocolate chip ice cream cones on her little PJs there?
So out of nowhere...
I'm hungry. I'm a fat kid.
Right, yeah, no, the munchies are real, folks.
All right.
So Wendy Choo loses.
Mm-hmm.
and then gets kicked in the face by Lash. Why did that happen? Lash doesn't have to fight her. She just lost.
Sliding down the card, folks. That's what it is. It's sliding down the card.
It's not even a sensible angle. Why would you there's no, all right, so what? There's no point. It's dumb.
You're not
Victor, you're funny. Boss, I will not click on your comment. Wrestling for Life Network, because here is why Paul Heyman did not say
uncontroverted? What?
Uncontroverted line. Is that a word?
I need to Google fact check that. Like, why?
I mean, I'm a pretty good wordsmith and I got a good handle on the language, but uncontroverted.
Yeah.
I've never heard it put that way.
What?
Everyone out right now, are you? Yeah. Why?
I'm using the Google Bucks.
I like this promo for Extreme Rules, by the way.
Uncontroverted, of which the truth or validity is not disputed or denied.
There you go. There you go.
So good on you, Victor, for fucking stumping both of us.
That was Dro, but it's just
whoever. Sorry,
not say uncontroverted line. It's just a weird way to. It's just no. All right, blah de da.
Right, fancy pants.
WWE made Austin Foley and Taker's household names. Yes, amen. And that's what I'm saying. Now Tony's gotten an opportunity to make MJF a household name. He's got an opportunity to make other people a household name. He's got to get away from booking his buddies and his friends the way he has, because when you take the shit off the top, the cream can then rise and shit sinks to the bottom. We're good. Not calling anybody in specific shit, but I am.
Well, yeah, no, this is when, this is your chance to make MJF a star, a quote-unquote household name. This is your chance to build up Darby Allin. This is your chance to build up Hobbs, Starks. This is your chance to really use this big, huge roster that you managed to sign. Oh,
you know what? We are on a commercial break. There's some great comments here. I'm trying to get to as many. I'm completely out of order, by the way. The Acclaimed have arrived. Listen. Me and you?
What?
No. The Acclaimed do not leave Grand Slam with the belts.
Oh. Agree to disagree, sir.
If I was booking it, I wouldn't do it.
I think we've been over this, but I still find it hilarious how you're the one that converted me from hating on the Acclaim to now I'm like, they're just kind of like AEW's New Age Outlaws. Like, okay, I can get behind this. And then now you're like, nope, they're not going to win.
I like to step back and I like to look at the big picture. I like the Acclaimed. I want them to win at some point. But I think you're setting a bad precedent where everyone starts freaking out and you're like, all right, fine, give them the belts. Like, you don't have to knee jerk like that. I think you make everyone think you're going to do what they're supposed to do, and they got to keep chasing. That's my vote.
I get it, but I feel like you kind of did that at All Out. Like, it's one of those of, in that moment at All Out, you should have changed courses and you should have gone gone opposite the way. You should have just, this is the way everything's going. And now it's Control Alt Delete, like you've called Damage Control.
Right.
It's like how they won the women's tag belts just a week or so ago. Now I think you have to course correct. You have to go back with this one.
I don't think you have to course correct, though. I mean, as a booker, I think a more confident, seasoned booker doesn't let the fans do that to him. You don't shit your pants because the fans are like, oh, you fucked up. No, we had a great match. One team went over, and just because all the fans like somebody doesn't necessarily mean they get that. So for him to go, oh shit, next time, here you go, take him. That to me is A, the signs of a lack of confidence in your own vision, and B, again, the fans, you can't just spoon. Tony got in a habit of spoon feeding the fans hot shots and everything they wanted. Here you go. Oh, you want, a double swerve. Oh, you want someone else. Oh, you want this. Oh, you want that. And then when he stopped being able to keep up that pace, the fans start going, well, this is boring. We haven't had any surprise pops. We're not having any gimmick matches. That's where you got to be careful. The only reason why I say it beyond that is I think if you let Swerve and Our Glory win tomorrow night, they legitimately they'll be so stapled as heels at that point. It's good.
I see when you mention them being heels, I fully get that point. That's to me, I'm very much behind that point. It's I guess with the whole of he shouldn't listen to the fans or shouldn't be swayed so much by the fans, it's a little bit of but he's on extremely wobbly legs right now. He really needs to find some solid footing. So I think to earn that good favor after all of this negative press, all of this negative heat, you kind of have to do some stuff that's going to earn you some favor with the fans.
No, I agree. And on a side note, I'm trying to figure out who this gentleman is.
Oro Mensah.
That's right.
Debuting tonight, right now, actually. Of course, they show the video package right before he debuts, in case you didn't know.
He's qualifying for, or trying to qualify for the shot at the North American title.
That's fine. Who in the Rudy Blue hell is this man?
Right?
I feel like, sorry,
what?
No, I was just going to say, I feel like this is the that name that WWE trademarked and everything that was kind of floating around of like, what does this mean? I feel like this, I can't remember the exact name. I feel like this is the name.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's a new faction coming. Who is this?
Right, who's like, this? Who? And it's just, it's, who is this man? Oh, he's going against Carmelo, so you eating an L, boy.
I like Trick. I like what Trick's doing here. And Trick's got a good look, too, to him.
Bad as hell. Got the MJF kind of...
yeah, he got some Burberry pants going on. There was a comment in the chat, Nick. I don't know if you can see it, but somebody talked about MJF's comments about watching the other show. I was trying to find it because I wanted to address it because it's interesting to me.
Well, we can just address it with
I've been calling her Skater Girl since day one. That's the vibe I get. That's the way she looks. And I don't know. I just can't get behind Cora Jade. And she's not hot enough in my bracket to look past her lack of skills.
Well, yeah, and her skateboard is her paper mache skateboard.
Her paper mache
the one that did the biggest heel turn out of that whole situation. So
there you go.
Cora has to. Ooh. Well, no, we don't need that specific comment if we just want to address that whole situation.
Yeah, we will. Like MJF, a student of the art of wrestling for real. Corey Martin, that was kind of the gist of it. And we were going to try and give credit to the person who said it, but we've lost it amongst the masses. Chase, you coming out to talk to Carmelo.
Interesting.
Man, some of these names are fucked. Excuse my language. But, yes, this whole thing where, like, you saw him get questioned and, you watched the Bloodline and da-da-da-da. And he's like, yes. And his answer about being a student of the game and watching everything makes 100% sense.
Like, oh yeah, his very much his point of just because wrestlers are in other promotions doesn't mean we don't watch other companies.
Yeah, and I mean we talk about the tribalism, like you and I, and then our buddy CJ as well, and I know the fans here. I mean, we legitimately watch wrestling. Period.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who's putting on a show. If it's good, we'll show up. Like that's what we've done. Look at Saturday.
Right, yeah, we're one of the kind of the last bastions of pure just in here for pro wrestling, because we cover anything and everything. But to me, MJF, I can't remember if it was in that interview or if it was the one with Barstool, to where he very much made a point of like you don't want wrestling as a monopoly, because then you can't, like we talked about, you can't have everybody. You can't have all your top guys at the top. Not everyone's going to get treated the same if they're all under one bridge.
No, and I mean, kind of tying it back into that interview that you actually sent it over, but the one from Wrasslin, that shtick with him and then the host, what's his face, it was good. That was a fun time, like real spot on.
Oh, I loved it, and even how he always still plays into the character. It's one of those things I love how it's a challenge to try and get him to break character of like, oh, Wardlow, here's this world's smallest violin because your life is so sad.
Right. No, I mean he plays it perfectly, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, MJF just says it the way he thinks it." That's what he wants you to believe, and he's amazing at it.
And I'm very much a fan of his statement of you had a wrestling god, now you have a wrestling devil.
Right? Oh no, I think it's excellent. It's an excellent angle. And again, do I really think that MJF believes all the shit that comes out of his mouth? No, but he's believable and he's convicted. And I mean, even to say, like, dude, people are losing their mind. I saw it going around on one of the fucking feeds of like, can you believe he said he just does it for the money? What the fuck? You know, are you kidding me?
Right.
The number of people out there just doing shit for the money. Yes.
Exactly. Go to your job right now and ask take a census poll of how many people are just there for the money. I bet you the percentage is a lot higher than you think.
Right. I'm here for the money, period. And that's what he's supposed to say, especially as a heel, right? If he was a baby face, I'm here for the fans. He's here for the money. Do I think he's legitimately toying with the idea of leaving and highest bidder? No, I think Tony Khan took care of that. And I think Tony Khan will continue to take care of that.
Sorry, when he's still out there beating the drum of like, for all those people talking about AEW being, in, ruins or, being on unsteady legs and everything, we're actually doing pretty great right now. When he's out there kind of shielding for the company, he very much believes that this is going to be his company. What?
Are you seeing this shit? Ladies and gentlemen at home, are you watching this? Chase U now has like a sing-along with the crowd, a chant along, where he spells out Chase U as he's kicking somebody. By the way,
I don't know, but his partner looks like Billy Gunn Light.
No, he looks like Lex Luger.
He looks like if Luger and Billy Gunn had a child.
Right. I wonder if we're gonna get
He's the third ass boy. Pause.
Right.
Yeah. Have they ever really explained Chase U or anything?
Yeah, I don't know why it legitimately feels like a ripoff of Old School, where like Andre, you're too old to be here, but you decided to run a club. So we're gonna
it's Animal House, just the NXT Nickelodeon version.
Right, dude, you're 32. What are you doing here?
Right.
And the thing is, the other two look college age. Like they look early 20s.
I don't know about Lex Luger.
Lex might not.
Here. Yeah. Lex Gunn here does not look of college age. He's very much.
Lex Gunn is I like it. It's sticky.
Yeah, no, this very much seems like Van Wilder here. Of where's Ryan Reynolds? Where's Bert Kreischer?
This funny. Do you see? Do anyone see the WWE giving Solo the 24th title? Since no, you're wrong. Then I agree. I'm telling you, the best thing you could have done was, even if Sammy won it on a house show and just randomly showed up on SmackDown with the 24/7 title on his shoulder and been like, "Hey guys, look what I got!" Like they're like, "What the fuck?" I thought that would have been a shtick and a play, and it would have been nice. I really thought Solo would keep the belt, but maybe they have new plans for him now.
Well, I think if you were going to go this route, because I was interested. Wow.
What the fuck?
What?
Chase U with the W.
Oh, Lord.
Carmelo having a bad week.
Carmelo about to go to the main roster. I feel like that's what tends to happen if you're about to get called up and they don't want to fully say you're getting called up. You just start, quote unquote, giving back.
Is Chase U getting this shit? Is Andre Chase getting this Chase U stuff over?
If it was week to week, maybe. It's once every couple of weeks.
Buddy, we got two beefy boys about to slap some serious meat coming up next.
Why?
Yeah, anyone else shocked with that win? Listen, Dale, that has to break your streak.
Absolutely. No one had that.
No one had Chase.
Right. No one's going with the U. Oh, hello. Not Veer.
Yes, industry chase you plants. Yes, he's gotten over with his own plants.
Oh. Von Wagner, that's going to be an interesting match.
Yo, they should use Sango a lot, man. They got an option here. Like,
that's who that was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
I was a bad wrestling fan. I couldn't tell specifically who he was. I just called him Not Veer.
I love it. We rapid fire some old wrestlers out or some indie guys. You'd be like, dude, right?
Right. I can tell you still like ECW's whole roster, but you show me someone from NXT 2.0 and I'm like, what?
KJ and Nick, have you seen the picture CJ sent you guys? Is it a Nick pic?
Yeah, nasty.
I don't want to see it. We're gonna pop live.
Yeah, no. You'll get my joke.
Oh, you fuckers.
I didn't do nothing.
And then how's it followed by a gif of a rabbit?
Mm-mm.
We're back to the white rabbit. All right.
Right. Veer's big brother up next. Yeah. Who should have stayed as Veer's tag partner, honestly.
I like what they're doing with him as far as like the wearing, like the super professional in the suits, very calm and collected. He's not doing a stereotype. He's not being over the top. They're not giving him the Asuka treatment. By the way, that's an issue. They are legitimately making him serious. He's well spoken. Let him do his thing. I think there's a lot of potential here with and he's not a young cat, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, well that's absolutely. I think you nailed it right there. Of he's not doing a stereotype. He's one of the first kind of, I guess, Indian performers that they've had in WWE that isn't like just the Great Khali and it like isn't this hardcore stereotype one way or the other. He just comes off as an actual badass. Like you said, this is going to be big beefy boys slapping meat because we've got Von Wagner, surprisingly Albert's son, Matt Bloom's kid. If you didn't know that, versus
Matt Bloom's such a better wrestling name than Von Wanker. Honestly, what are we doing?
Well, they did try and remember when they tried to make his dad come back as Tensai. We're going to take the biggest, baldest guy we've got, the whitest guy we've got, and try and make him Japanese.
Sometimes, Nick, those overseas trips, you come back changed, man. He went over there for a minute and all of a sudden came back. He's like, I got an idea.
Oh,
not a bad idea.
Oh, I had a song instantly pop into my head, but I don't know if I want to do.
Don't.
Right.
Wait, what the hell? So Gallus is bigging up the APA gimmick a little bit. So we got a Scottish pub in the back of the arena.
Well, I've still got a goddamn.
Nick's like, what are you talking
about? I can envision it in my mind.
There
we go.
I think Victor seems like he's getting a little lippy tonight. We got to be careful.
Right. Put the drink down, Victor.
All right. You got the pub yet?
Yes, I'm there with the pub.
KJ and Nick. So who said Mandy Rose isn't fine? I didn't say Mandy Rose wasn't fine.
I almost want to feel like I want to say something just to provoke him, but no, I'm good.
No, I mean,
no, she's fine.
She fit as hell. A little.
She taken. So, just keep in mind, there is a goalie in the net, folks.
Do you know what? I hate to say it, but her dude is just one of even when he was doing the NXT thing and they were following him around, it's just like he's just got natural heel heat. Even in like a fucking proposal picture, you're just like, heel heat.
It's one of those, you lucky son of a.
Not even that. It's just even before he got with Mandy, it was just like he just comes off like you should be a heel, but he never made it back.
Oh, okay, I guess. Yeah, I thought you were about to.
Like no, Tom Brady, it's not that.
Like, you're gonna take that guy?
I mean, yeah, kind of, but I mean, he ain't throwing it right. He's all skinny and shit. No, I'm just kidding.
So we got Sanga in the ring right now in full Dan the Beast Severn gear. He's got the MMA gloves, everything, the little short ass trunks. And Von Wagner with.
I think Von Wagner's got upside and potential with a better manager and just be as a heel, like when he was beating up
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly, it was excellent. Like, I mean, when they finally turned on and I beat the living shit out of him, just be mean, be the big guy, don't speak, just come out and kick people in the face. And we're not even quite sure why you're kicking people in the face, but he looks like a jacked up test.
He looks like the cola version to W. Morrissey, if we're going to be fully honest.
Look at this. Yes. I like this.
Yeah. I still think he's one of those guys that's unfortunately he's NXT bound and that's where he'll forever be. I feel like he might get eaten alive on the main roster.
Oh, who? Von Wagner?
Von Wagner.
Yeah, in time. I think he needs to stint at the top, like the top of the chart for NXT. I think Sanga seems slightly out of place in NXT.
Oh yeah,
I think we need to trade Sanga for Dominic Mysterio.
Well, it's still one of those of you have him and Veer as a tag team. I don't know why they fully split them up to begin with and everything.
Well, they fired Sanga for a while for fucking up.
Yeah, because he released the whole key thing. Well, and you ain't gonna fire Veer because we've got Slumdog Millionaire sitting in the back pocket there.
Well, they're not gonna use him either, apparently.
Right? Yeah. He came, he saw, he didn't conquer, and he went away.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. Yeah. No, I don't think you were drinking, but not for me. I gotta go to work. But I do think you're, based on some photo evidence, you seem a bit lippy tonight.
Simmer down now. Simmer down.
Is that chicken and ribs or ribs and chicken?
Both.
I prefer chicken and ribs. Let's be straight.
What? You're getting picky on the order?
I don't give a fuck. It's food. It's going
on. I don't. Food. I'm a fat kid. I don't care. It's food.
Right. Two BV boys going. Anybody got a prediction for this one? By the way, gonna be a hell of a match.
Sanga.
I'll take Sanga. I like that show.
Well, even if you don't have him team up with Veer, if you don't know what to do with Veer or anything like that, like I still wouldn't mind seeing, say, him versus like a Braun or something like that. It's a little
shit.
Yeah, food.
Little bit of a botch where Sanga literally stepped on. I want to call him Mark Stone. Is it Mark Stone? No,
Robert Stone.
Show. Robert Stone. I'm thinking Smart Mark.
Robbie E for
There's
those Impact fans.
Innocuous, fucking bland managers running around. Where's the Jim Cornette
Robbie
for
E
Jimmy
versus
Hart?
Smart Mark? That booked that as a Mania match.
Santa.
Panda.
By the way, I listened to a couple people that I kind of respect talk about how great this Dominic Mysterio Judgment Day thing's going, and I've lost my mind. Von Wagner. Oh, shit.
Oh, got him up for the Death Valley Driver. Uno, dos, tres. Wow. In a squashy fashion, too.
It was a squashy one. Fake. What's fake?
Yeah.
Are we talking about Mandy? That's not nice.
If we're talking about Von Wagner picking up this way, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. You get that comparison, right?
Yep.
It's a whole lot of hair coming from his trunks. I'm just saying.
But it's still one of those of like, this was... Von Wagner wasn't in control of any bit of this match outside of like the last 10 seconds.
Right.
That's when a squash match gone wrong, is when you're having the guy that's supposed to dominate only does it for all of like 10 seconds.
Ooh. So here's who I think is going to win the North American Championship next.
Oh. Lonnie.
Wesley.
Oh. I thought you were reaching, and you reached even harder.
Thought you were gonna go a little bit. You went the whole damn way.
Right? Yeah, gave me an inch, and you took a mile.
Right?
No.
Good job, boss. Happy Tuesday. Put the lotion in the basket, Von Wagner.
Do you think I'm a good wrestler? I think I'm a good wrestler.
They need to add the pizza making guy to the Tony D'Angelo group.
Oh, we're crying out loud. Oh, that guy. The one that Ethan Page kicked his head in.
Dear Tony, everybody's calling your company gimmicky and silly. Stop signing every Indian fucking
right. Stop signing every meme.
Ding. One company's sending fucking Logan Paul to main event, and you guys are signing Primo Pizza Vera.
Right, you're signing Little Caesars, on your your main show, while WWE's sending Logan Paul to the middle of the fucking Saudi Arabia, Arabian Nights, middle of nowhere.
Is there any chance that we got Waller and Oro coming up next? Who names these fucking people? Anyway, we got Waller coming up. We got a match between Waller and Oro.
I'm trying to remember who the other participant is, because right now I've just got Grayson Waller. I gotta see.
It's Oro Menti or whatever.
Oh, Oro Mensa. So
Oro
Grayson Waller is gonna win.
Well, can Oro upset him because Grayson Waller doesn't want to do ladder matches anymore?
His elbows, my mind telling me no.
Stop. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. You can't say
no. His elbows just saying none. No.
He was doing Luger with these comments. I know I'm having fun though.
Right.
We are in a commercial. I will take a minute because we haven't said it in a while. But if you're new here, just tuning in and just joining us, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That is Big Nick. I am KJ. Our boy CJ out in the chat and kicking around. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. Tuesday's in the books. Halfway there as of tomorrow. We're almost there. Tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow. Big day. As of midnight tonight, the man next to me will be officially 1 year older.
Right.
He is on his birthday cake day. He's on his, come to the earth moment day celebration. We are going all out. But that being said, we will be live because that's what we do. And Big Nick will be here, guest of honor for Grand Slam and Big Nick's birthday.
Yeah, I feel like a 3-hour roast of me.
It might be.
Right.
So
have at it, folks.
Put on your leather jacket.
Exactly.
You might take
strap
some road
on and
rash.
strap in.
But yes, and in all love and jest, folks, tomorrow's a big day. We're gonna have a lot of fun. As I've told everyone out there, and if you're listening right now, if you're listening to the repeat, hopefully before Dynamite tomorrow, tell everybody show up on this channel, share some love, and we definitely want to see everybody on this stream to wish my boy, my buddy, my brother, my troublemaker to, wish him a happy birthday, make him feel a little special. We are also in honor of this gentleman, and it was his wonderful idea. We've set up a fund. We set up a link. You can go below. Click on that link, donate money. We are raising money for mental health awareness. Nick, you can speak on to that a little bit as well.
Yeah, so the fundraiser that I've chosen, because I normally try and do around my birthday, always try and raise a fundraiser or something for mental health awareness. But the fundraiser that I've chosen is the National Alliance of Mental Illness, and very much even September is Suicide Awareness Month. It's always better to have the discussion, and quite honestly, it's always better to have you here than not here, folks. So absolutely, that's why mental health has always been a big topic for both you and I, and just on the channel as a whole and everything, and it needs to be a bigger talking point and not just stigmatized. So absolutely.
No, absolutely. It's a wonderful cause. I mean, both of us have ourselves and others that we've been close to. Everyone goes through their battles and their trials and tribulations, and some of us on different varying degrees, but we all could use a little support and a little bit of help. So it's a great cause. Help us out. Let us hit our goal and join us. Blow this channel up. Like I said, if you're going to work tonight, if you're going to work tomorrow, tell everybody in your place of business, click on this link and just give a thumbs up. Go here and give us a like.
Right.
Help
just
us
say
out.
Hi.
I want to celebrate. Show up. The more the merrier. The bigger the party, the more fun we're going to have. So be a part of it, folks. I know that was a very long-winded preamble, but we are here all week long. We will be back Thursday and Friday and Saturday as well. So don't miss out. Be a part of the channel. Be a part of the show. And Oro Mensa. There's jokes in here all over.
I try not to. Or I've got Cameron Grimes right now, but no, thank you very much, sir. I could not put it better myself if I tried. And folks, whether you've been here for 5 minutes, 5 seconds, or 5+ months at this point, right? I appreciate every second that you've been here. And absolutely, as we've said multiple times now, nobody covers professional wrestling like we do. We're celebrating birthdays and holidays and everything here. You know, we're covering everything that's live going on.
Wait till
even if stuff's going on in the background of another company and everything, we're still on here talking about that as well.
Well, and speaking of that, while this match kicks off, if you haven't made a prediction yet, get your Nick pick in. Waller versus Oro Mensa, qualifying for the North American ladder match, or North American title ladder match. And I agree with you, Victor, as far as go to SeatGeek, use the promo code Wrasslin on the next event you choose, save $20. Go there now, pick something out, go to an event, go to a concert, go to something. Put in the code Wrasslin, save $20 on checkout. Thank you for that, Victor. But Victor also had another good point about, he agreed with me on Wesley. Yeah.
I almost feel like halfway Oro Mensa here might somehow
Cinderella
out the victory, just because I think this is his debut, unless I'm a bad wrestling nerd.
I don't know if that it's if anything, it's his like second match.
Well, a match on Level Up, does that count as a match? If a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, does it make a sound?
Right. I'm sure he's been on Level Up, but
right.
Boss Monsters shaving your name into his chest. I want proof.
Kelly Clarkson. It
doesn't exist unless you prove it.
Oh no, don't prove it. Don't prove it.
I don't know.
I don't want to know. I'll take your word
Life
for it.
Network. On Instagram, look me up. Send the channel proof that you shaved Nick into your chest. I don't care if you Photoshop it. It's funny as hell.
Just shave what in your chest? Oh,
what?
Just a question mark.
Happy early birthday.
You want to cuddle with your significant other and you got a question mark shaved in your chest? What?
Right. Even with the amount of lotion Wagner had on him when he was wrestling the guy looked like a giant lizard, he's ashy as hell. Anthony,
are we gonna follow up shaving chest with a comment about lotion?
That's like one guy was super lotioned and the other guy wasn't, so they just rub together and try and balance it out.
Right, balance it out.
Now we're completely off topic. Mental health awareness is big for me. My best friend lost his 10-year-old son to suicide, so it hit hard for me. JV, thoughts and prayers, and to everybody.
Right.
That's, I mean, the idea that at that age,
and that's
dude, as a father,
that really hits home, because I guess I don't want to go. I don't know what YouTube's gonna allow or whatever, but I was there at 9 years old, so I get it. That's why I've always been very much an advocate for that, because it's not just something that happens when you're older in life or anything like that. It's not just for attention. There's always this stigma attached to it and all of that. It's you just because there's not outward signs always and everything, you still can't control it. And it's still such a hard thing to understand, because no one can truly tell what's going on up there besides you. And trying at times to explain that, it just gets mixed up.
No, I completely agree. And like I said, I've told a bit of my story on here. I know you've told your story publicly as well. Right. It's pretty amazing that people have heard and read that, that kind of stuff and responded to it and taken to it. So if we can do that, great. Back to the wrestling real quick. Victor, you're a hard fan to have in the chat when we're trying to be serious, man. The guy's popping me left, right, and center. I roll up. He's doing what's, and I'm like, come down. This is one of my favorite jokes ever in history. But if a bear shits in the woods, does he wipe his ass with a fluffy rabbit? It's one of my favorite things ever.
See, I haven't used it as the joke, but I've always used that as like a almost like synonymous with no shit Sherlock or whatever, of like, does a bear shit in the woods?
Right. Well, no, but the bear and the rabbit are shitting in the woods. The bear looks at the rabbit and says, do you have problems with shit sticking your fur? The rabbit says no. So the bear wipes his ass with the rabbit.
Yeah.
Classic. Hey, down! Victor cut the shit. There's a lot of shit talk on the stream today.
Yeah. Why?
Do you think Moose or Eddie Edwards would ever leave Impact? Moose, yes. Eddie Edwards, maybe not. Less of a market.
Yeah, Moose is the better odds out of those two.
Hey! Oh, shit! Look at Apollo.
Oh, Lord, here we go with the shit talk again.
Look at his eye. What the fuck? That's what you get for having a stupid finisher. If you didn't leave the... Look what... Someone remind me. I mean, we were live when it happened. What happened to his eye?
Yeah, pink eye? What?
Me and you agreed? That's a good shout, Nick. Mensa with the W. Oro Mensa.
Oh! Fucking... House
and that's how you do it.
Or Apollo Crews, I guess. Like, with the bloody eye. Like, I don't get it.
It's Luke Cage. It's Kano.
Yeah, well, I guess because they did that whole when he had the match with Waller of how he kept getting eye pokes or eye scratches or whatever.
That's what it was. It was like that. That's what it was.
Well,
I can't remember what it was. Just the eye poke.
I don't think that's very sanitary. If you're showing up like 2 weeks later with a bloody eye, sir, you might want to get that checked out.
You just totally made me think of Will when you did that, buddy. It was so funny. So funny. Oliver Carter is from the same hometown as Kofi Kingston, Ghana, West Africa. Yes, and he was talking about that in his pre-promo. And it's funny because I said, sorry. I thought there was a fight going on. The Creed brothers are just randomly beating things up.
I still think that's so weird with Apollo, though, of like, that's awkward. Like, you just show up with a bloody eye. Like,
yeah, like, did you not go get medical after the match?
Treat your wound, sir. That's how you get an infection. Is he gonna show up with like a robotic? Like, he's gonna go full like Kano and just have a robotic eye?
Right? Yeah. Right. Now I'm in the back. With the Creed brothers, and they're arguing over who's going to beat up Pretty Deadly worse.
Yeah, I've got them training.
Cinderella story.
Is this, though, how you end NXT? Because we were, towards the end here.
See, this is where, sorry, Nick, what did you ask?
I asked is this how we're going to end NXT? Because I was just saying we're towards, the later stages here.
Well, we got the match. We got Bate and
oh, right. Yeah, shit.
Bate and McDonagh coming up. Not a whole lot of time on the clock, but right here on the screen right now is why Bron Breakker will be a future WWE champion. He is the next John Cena, so to speak.
Right. He's coming out with the Connor's Cure kid and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's...
And it's adorable. And it's
baby face.
Big baby face. And I mean, I'm not knocking it at all. You've always had that huge baby face. And look at Bron Breakker, the perfect baby face right now. Jacked as hell. He fits the mold, man.
That's why I've still said it, and I've had people criticize me on it and everything. I think that's who I would predict to be the one to dethrone Roman. It's not going to be until after Mania and everything. And obviously if Bray shows up, then we kind of throw things get shuffled up a bit more. But I still say after Mania, it doesn't have to be the Raw after Mania or anything like that. I think Braun's the first one to really kind of dethrone Roman.
I don't think so. I think it's Cody.
Oh, you think that?
I'm still taking Cody, bro. Apollo Crews looked like he ran into the Fiend backstage, right?
Is he just gonna start seeing it spread across his face?
A-Town popped me. Good point.
Yeah, he's got pink eye.
Right? Who shit on that man's pillow?
The
whole stream's been.
I think you eat something.
This whole stream. Well, two guys are arguing who's going to beat the hell out of another guy. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Oh no, you missed that, and I'm glad you did. Keep it moving.
Oh wow, my brain corrected that. Thank you.
Right.
I want to see Ashton Smith come to NXT and join Oliver Carter. That was his tag team partner in NXT UK. I know who both are. I don't care.
I don't remember who both are, but it sounds like a late night talk show lineup.
Oh fuck! What a Tuesday.
Right.
Anybody see the trailer for Black Adam?
Yes. And
no, I have. It looks good.
Right.
There's 25 minutes left in the show. NXT has 10-minute overrun. Thank you, Jason.
Allegedly. We don't know if it's even going to overrun.
Did it have 10 minutes? I mean, they have the opportunity to go up to 10 minutes. I don't think that always happens.
Yeah, it never really happens too often. It's one of those of, it could, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this. If this is going to be a long match, I could see the overrun. But if you're just going to do this to build to something else, or maybe you build to a triple threat, then this will be, a couple minute DQ.
No, I think we got to get a little bit of something.
Mm.
But they got to go. I mean, it'd be a little unfortunate for Bate and McDonagh to go 15 minutes in and out. Mm-hmm. Got to be a little bit. Bron Breakker is the next Titus O'Neil. Oof, no.
Oh, no. That's a reach.
Not until the man starts tripping and falling under the ring. We're good.
Yeah, Bronny the Strongman might be more of Titus than Bron. The choo-choo that can get off the tracks.
Can the monster among men really be the ambassador? I don't know. It's a tough sell.
No, I was more of if we're going to go with, Titus sliding in home base there under the ring in Saudi.
That was the best shit ever.
Right. Braun still got a little bit of that Steinerism in him, and it's hard to just, I guess, with that face or that tone or something, you don't picture of please help the kids when it's like, please help the kids. You got a 33 1/3% chance of, helping these kids.
Right. I agree with you, Nick. I think Breakker is one to dethrone Roman. I've actually said this longer than you have. We're simpatico. Well, just romantic
we're
shit.
Get into a measuring contest here.
Yeah. Hey, what if the white rabbit has to do with any one of these three? Boogs, Elias, or Corbin?
Boo. No, just boo. Are you saying Boogs or boo? I'm saying
right?
Boo.
Boo Earns.
I'm saying Boo Earns.
Who's playing the ukulele?
Elias, what? Where do you get a ukulele?
Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka is making her debut next week on NXT. Sol, S-O-L, Ruka. Sol Ruka. Eureka! Let's go.
Shinsuke's surfing buddy.
JV, no.
What?
Corbin, I'm excited to see what Corbin does with JBL, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's not going to be anything tied to this White Rabbit thing.
No, not at all. But it is something tied to a championship in his future. I think this is huge for Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah. I love how, even though we're watching it live, I think we both missed that it had horns at the front of that limo and everything. Yes. And just kind of assumed that it was JBL.
Yeah, I remember saw the replay. I was like, man, there was horns.
Yeah, and so next week we're getting a pub rules match between Gallus and Brooks and Dunn, Brooks and Jensen.
Okay, I don't mind that. I'm okay with it. Some might say lazy, but no, I mean, there's an angle to be had there.
Well, you still always tune in to when you had the situations of the hardcore matches that went backstage, or when Stone Cold's beating up Booker T in a grocery store and everything like that.
I'm a big fan of Mr. Tyler Bate, and I mean, he's coming out to the ring. I would like to see him win this, but I don't like his chances.
Really? You think McDonagh / Devlin wins this?
I just think Breakker. I mean, it's interesting because Braun just went over both these guys, right?
Yeah. It's going to be one of those of how much do you have this kind of buddy, the friend, the friend of my enemy is, my friend or whatever. To where you've got Bate and Braun hanging out together versus, say, Bate picks up the win and he starts eyeing down Braun, and we just go back into another title match between those two.
Right. I mean, interesting. JD for the win. Do you think? Do you want to build a Brawny Strowman?
Do you want to build a Strowman?
People predicting JD across the board. I know at least one of those people know the answer. Brawny versus Titus, floor is lava match.
Like that reality show. Oh God,
that's a nice little piece of work.
Right. I guess I'll be the contrarian then, and I'll take Tyler Bate for the win.
All right. I want Bate to win. I just don't think he will.
I could almost see JD teaming up, or like having Gallus as like his heavies, of having his kind of crew people up. Well, sorry, but at times it works.
Just put them together.
Well, it's one of those
like peanut butter and jelly. Just stick together.
It's just have people work together. You want?
I'm not refuting. I'm not even saying it was a bad idea. I just it's kind of cute.
Oh, thanks, buddy. No, it's one of those of I feel like if you're gonna have it to where they exist all in the same universe, they're all in the same locker room. You have some people that kind of like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back.
If NXT goes past 10 minutes, beat up
John Cena.
Goes past 10 p.m., beat up Austin Theory.
KO for that one.
Right.
Well, we got the other KO. We got the KJ instead of KO. Why?
Great start to this match. Good technical wrestling in and out. Good transition. Great work.
Big cross body.
I'm giving my rating now. Got to get ready for work. 7.5. Good shout. Victor, thank you for being here. In case we don't get to say it at the end of the night. Have a safe night at work or evening. I'm assuming it would be nighttime as far as the clock goes. But yes, sir. You're in Florida. What am I worried about? Have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming. It's presumptuous, KJ.
Oh Lord.
The next NXT title match will be a triple threat. Mark my words. Yeah, based on what I've read, it's possible. McIntyre and Gallus.
Ooh.
Turn him back into the psychopath.
Gallus was on the main roster.
Well, no, that's semantics. You get him there.
Well, it's even right now of just the whole look, the whole entrance, everything with JD. It matches up with Gallus.
Billy Gibbons.
What?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Just Anthony, the Canadian Billy Gibbons.
Malcolm Bivens? What?
Malcolm Bivens?
Bivens.
Work hard, Victor. Work smart, buddy. The Scottish psychopath with a little stable. I think where people are starting to get stable crazy right now. Put them together. Put them all together. That's a product, dude. We're a product of the faction era. What can we do?
Right. Everybody, you got NWO, DX, Four Horsemen, all of that. Yeah. Everybody's got to have connections.
But the good thing about having a little gang is it's kind of real. Like, who do you hang out with back there? Do you never have any friends? Okay. So you give them a little faction. The good thing about the faction sometimes, if the faction is a good faction, is you're able to elevate more than one guy. Or you can actually, like The Rock's a good example, right? He's in the Nation of Domination. It's a solid faction. But the cream rose to the top. You saw it happen. But he's getting that exposure he might not have gotten without the other three guys initially.
Well, and even then you get, factions even outside of WWE, like Bullet Club for life, to where even just
used to be in wrestling, dude.
Yeah, that used to be cool. But when you have certain people that were just associated with that, it got them over just a little bit extra, much like back to when we were watching WCW with like the NWO. KJ, it's wrestling, not prison. Why?
What did I say to reference that, though? I'm curious. Know. It's KJ, not KJ. It's wrestling, not prison. What was my comment that made it feel prison-like? I don't know what.
It's JV, so who knows? Why?
What's up, Tribal Chief?
What up?
Raleigh, how you doing? Talking of NXT, Mandy Rose got engaged at the weekend. What a lucky man. We've already talked about this.
Right. Been there, done that. Different strokes for different folks. What have you?
She was better off with Otis. It's not nice.
Otis shows up at the crash of the wedding.
That'd be amazing.
That and a ham, and he's just like shaking.
Yeah, and I mean, Santorelli or whatever the fuck his name is still. All I remember is they did like the follow around, like the NXT 24 thing with him, but then he went on and he was in a tag team with Moss for like a minute.
Right.
And that's it. We haven't seen him since, and he ends up with Mandy Rose.
I mean,
get yourself a sugar mama, dude. If she looks
right,
like that,
shoot your shot.
Right? Bring home that bacon. Happy birthday, Nick. But MJF shouldn't leave Grand Slam as champion. Don't do it on free TV, especially when you can sign Bray and you can't sign Bray anymore. And you can't counter it if he shows up. He dressed you because it's your birthday, but I kind of touched on this already where don't try and go toe-to-toe. You're not going to win. Bray is a nuclear, level event. Like,
right.
What he's doing right now just with a fucking white fluffy rabbit. And let's say it's not even him. This is excellent. Whatever they're doing is excellent. I haven't been that drawn into anything kind of storyline wise in a while. Not that they haven't had good stories in the last couple of years. What I'm just saying is this is different. It's exciting. It was, we're all anticipating something. It's cool.
Oh yeah. Well, and even like we've been on here before of even with the whole Edge thing, I didn't buy fully hook, line, and sinker to this. This I'm fully fucking committed. I've gone down the full rabbit hole with this whole thing.
Is there any chance that we circle back to the video vignette?
I mean, that's a reach, but I wouldn't fully discredit it. I still think we could go back to the technical glitch that Monday Night Raw had and everything.
That's what I would have said.
But going back to MJF winning it, you have to do it on free TV at this point. For crying out loud, you had Moxley versus Punk on free TV the first time, and it's one of those of you're not going to bury this on a 15-match pay-per-view to where by the time it happens, half your audience is barely struggling to stay awake. You're going to do something like this yes, I know we thought for the longest time it was in Long Island. It's in Queens, knocking on the doorstep of Long Island. But you're going to get that huge reaction. You're going to get that big momentum push. Of
one of the topes. Not sure which one.
Tope Con, holy shit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not quite the Con Hero, so it's up there.
Cornholio?
Tope Supermana. Edward, maybe the White Rabbit is... Yeah, we caught that earlier. Adam Rose's Rosebuds Rabbit.
I like how that's how half the people kind of just instantly went. I'm like, Oh, it's the rabbit from Madame Rose.
Right? So all the lights go out, and out comes the rabbit.
And the booze and the trash and everything comes raining down like no other.
2.0.
Yeah.
JV, what did I reference? You got to help me out. In prison, if you don't roll in a gang, because of the factions. No, I get it. But no. I mean, you would understand where people have friends, right? Like, I mean, sometimes I like what we're seeing with WWE lately, where people are walking by each other in the hallway, and there's all these like the baby faces are like, "Hey, how are you going?" The heels and the baby faces rub each other the wrong way. The heels don't really get along unless they're shitting on a baby face. I like seeing the interaction. So yes, similar to prison, because prison's kind of like a microcosm of a breakdown of our actual world. We're social creatures. We want friends. We want like-minded people to hang around with, and it's worked. Now,
welcome to Wrestling and Sociology, folks.
There we go.
Right, we're the only wrestling channel where you also might get a college level course,
or you might get complete fucking nonsense,
or you might get just complete randomness.
It ain't go either way on this one, folks. Oh, Anthony. For me, Mandy Rose is a little bit overrated. She is not as beautiful as people think. She is okay, but she is no Trish Stratus or Lita, in my opinion. I understand that hurts Mandy's fans, but I don't care. I don't know, dude. I don't even know what to say about this. You have every right to your opinion, but I mean, Trish is the GOAT for me, so I don't care what anyone says.
Right. Well, and it's even with that of like you said, you're entitled to your opinion, but why does her looks have to weigh into where she stands as a professional wrestler?
Oh, Brainbuster.
What?
And I mean, again, I never listen, dude. I'm too ugly to judge people's looks. Right. She's a beautiful woman. My particular choice, if I had to vote, as far as I think there's a certain level of touch-ups that certain people get.
She's in a PWI 500.
I was trying to be polite about it. But yeah, nonetheless, I mean, there's some ladies out there that a little too much work, but no, she's an attractive woman. She's got a great body. She's fit. She's an athlete, sort of, I guess. But yeah, no, she's definitely making my top 5.
Oh yeah, very much.
I blocked it.
What?
Nice.
But no, she's very much revamped her career going back down to NXT. She's now made herself into where you could see her challenging for either brand's women's championship.
It's tricky, though. That's the question.
Fine.
Spanish Fly! Oh, what a match! This match, they better run over. They are kind of.
They already have. We're already 4 over.
I'm only 1 over based on our timer.
I'm 4 over. Right now on my clock, it says 10:04.
All right. Fight forever chance. Okay, are you saying that Mandy Rose is it in your spank bank? Is not in my spank bank.
I'm not talking about that.
Man, why you got to put me on blast?
Right, I'm not talking
about the Mandy's not. No.
Well, when it comes to this match, how do you feel that, like we said before, at like the start of the show, of this very much feels like if you changed, the bright colored ropes and the ring apron and everything, this feels like a black and gold. Like this, you could see it almost on like NXT Takeover, Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is a fucking outstanding match.
Right.
And again, what I like about these matches, especially with, and you get a lot of it with like the UK wrestlers and the really good wrestling. We talked about it with some of the old school wrestling, Nick, that we watch at times. Oh my God.
My
Spanish Fly from the top.
I've got both men up right now on top of the turnbuckle. I've got Tyler Bate looking like he's going for a pedigree from the top.
What a win.
What a
win. Wow.
Both men. Oh, Glasgow Kiss, big ass headbutt from JD. You could hear that echo through the performance center. Oh, wow. Spanish fly. Wow. And well, to me, I the first time I really remember seeing the Spanish fly a good bit, it was super impressive. Now it feels almost like a transition move. It's up there with the Michinoku driver, the Blue Thunder Bomb of just. And next.
I know, but it's such a good looking move when it's done right. I mean, too many people do it now, but that's like a lot of things.
Yeah. But so JD McDonagh picking up the 1, 2, 3. So
is this finisher called Devil at Your Side? Not bad. Like the ripcord suplex.
Oh yeah. Well, no. The second you said that, I was more of one of those like, well, I think there's one person who's more of made his
that name. This man's so territorial about MJF. He's like, no.
Well, no. It's yeah, fine. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm at.
Boss Monster is not impressed by your performance. I don't know who your is. Oh,
okay, GSP. That's instantly what I think of when I hear that as GSP coming into. I think it was Matt Hughes. He's like, I was not impressed by your performance.
Right. That's what I think he's. I imagine that's what Boss is getting at, but I don't know who your is on this one. No.
JD, maybe.
And the spoilers have been out there. The rumors are true. Of course. I'm thrilled. Ilya Dragunov is here.
I'm getting it right now. I've got Bron in the Canadian tuxedo redneck edition. Yeah, Ilya has to be the next NXT champion.
Honestly. I think so.
Or I honestly wouldn't have been surprised if he showed up on SmackDown and you have like Gunther saying, "Oh, I already beat Sheamus. Who else do I have to challenge?" And then Ilya comes out. I'm waiting for that rematch again.
Yeah, and right now, so we're setting up listen, the triple threats are
nice on three-way dance.
We're gonna get a triple threat, Nick. We really are. And I mean, 4 stars. Yeah, could have been longer, but great match.
Yeah. Well, I think Braun's going to work good in this three-way of he's going to be the one that's the heavy of just, I'm here to just do the powerful moves. And then I can roll off for here while you guys do the technical stuff. And I pop in and I hit a big spear. And then I roll out again.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't disagree with that at all. But I mean, when we were talking about Papa Paul coming aboard and what was going to happen in NXT, I said, everybody, don't forget Ilya. He never gave up his title. He was only injured. Right. If everyone else is coming over, it's time. And I think this guy's a star. I think he could be a main roster star. I think he's talented as fuck. And if you guys haven't seen the speech he gave when he had to relinquish the NXT title, go watch it. Just go YouTube that shit. Go Google that shit. It is excellent wrestling. It is an excellent promo. Almost makes a grown man cry.
Well, no, if we're going to go into the channels of Ilya and everything, if you really want to get behind this man and see what he's really capable and everything and why WWE signed him, go and watch him versus Walter versus Bad Bones at Dub X Dub in a throwaway dance. And I know that's, reaching out to the indies and all of that, but the man's fantastically talented in the ring.
Ilya, new theme. Very similar from what I could hear. Now, I have it kind of low because we're talking so fucking much, but I thought it was fairly similar. Chris, am I wrong?
I feel like that's a bit like with Raw. We're always like, oh, it's a new intro. It's like, no, we've just always missed the intro.
I don't know how often the fans catch us to have this conversation, but we frequently have a conversation about, like, is that a new intro to the show? Missed it every time.
We always forget Monday's intro.
Right. We got some ratings coming in. Boss Monster has no idea who that is. 7 out of 10 from Dale. Good shout. I think that was Dale's record over 2 shows. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I don't mind that. Ilya's got a new theme. 7.5 from Damien. 7 from Edward. I would even want to see Ilya versus Roman. Yeah, I mean, shit. Why not? Give it a minute.
If you build up to it right, you could do it.
Yeah.
It would be similar to Roman versus Gargano, I feel.
Yeah.
Same size, same stature, same kind of wrestling style-ish. Yeah.
Anthony, 10 out of 10. Loving the NXT tonight.
Well, it's funny that it didn't come from Chris, who was right beneath him.
Right, Chris. Yeah, shockingly, Chris, a sensible 7. Aaron with a 7. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Ilya. I was a fan of his in NXT UK. I love that he's on NXT. It was meh, 7.5. 7.5 isn't a meh score.
That's not a meh.
5.5 is a meh.
Yeah, that's mid.
Maybe 6. I think 7.5 is pretty damn good.
So that's what your rating for it is tonight?
7.
Is the 7?
Yeah, I mean, I'm being generous. I wasn't really paying attention, so.
I guess I'm going to, again, be the contrarian. I'm going to give it a 6.
Yeah, I dispute that.
Yeah, the solo segment to start off with was awkward. This transition period between the white and gold and the rainbow 2.0, it's a little awkward. We had a couple matches where like, well, we know who's going to win here now. It was. Oh wait, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
I said 7. No Thakita, so 6. You're right. You were right. My bad. You were right the whole time.
Oh God.
7.75. Meltzer's in here now. Mike Clayton says 7, right. Almost an 8.
No, if it was Meltzer, it'd be like I give it an 11 2/5.
Right. He's my favorite Russian wrestler in WWE. Name
me 3.
Russian wrestlers in WWE is very specific.
Exactly. That's the only one because the other two, one's the Bulgarian who
I know. I was gonna say the Bulgarian guy left
is Miss CJ Perry, who's still trying to pretend to be an actor, and then you've got Miro, who's over in AEW. Again, neither one of them are actually Russian, so
it's very true. Yeah, she's from fucking California, isn't she?
Florida,
close. You're like,
way to go, Canadian.
I never mind. It's a long story. I give NXT a balloon, a watch, and 2 white rabbits, and hashtag the @ symbol, and my gimmick VHS. JV's trying to develop his own code.
Right, your own cryptic speech.
I don't mind it. We'll go with you. I'm still shaving my chest in honor of Big Nick.
Oh Lord.
I want to see it.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
I want to know.
I don't. Send it to that man. Don't send it to me.
I want to know. Send it.
No, don't even send it to that man because the second you send it to that man, he's going to send it to me.
Oh, absolutely. Please.
Right. So no, I appreciate the honor and the thought. Respectfully. No.
Ilya is a great wrestler. The actual match you need to watch is WXW, is a fatal 4-way match he had at the tournament for gold for the WXW World Heavyweight title, Nick and KJ. I've seen the triple threat. I don't know that I've seen this one.
Right. Well, no, I think it's more of we're talking about the same match and someone's trying and I see you wrestling nerd and I'll try and outdo it. And it's like, no, that match.
So was it a fatal 4-way or was it a triple threat?
3-way. That's why I always say that it's on 3-way dance because that's what Walter says.
Okay.
Because it's Walter's surprise of introducing Ilya to be in the match.
Nikita Lyons is in action. Yeah. Why are we saying the same thing? I'm like, there was not a second match, was there?
No.
I didn't think so. Confusing the shit out of me. He's the only one. Walter, Marcel, Barthel, and Tio are German.
Well, Gunther's Austrian, so again, you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Again,
right? I think we're looking at the door.
We're looking at the door. I think I hear someone saying, "Let me in," and we got to get out.
Right. I got to follow this white rabbit.
I only want to see if there's baby oil involved. I think we're baby oil for life. This channel is losing its fucking mind. But I love it. And I appreciate every single one of you out there. I'm not clicking on anything else. This is officially that is going to stay up through the whole credits because that is the comment of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ. Shout out to CJ. We are back tomorrow. Remember, you go to every fucking chat room. You send out a bulk email. You go to fucking anything you got that involves people, and you send them to this channel tomorrow in honor of this crazy fucker, my buddy. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time. But we got Grand Slam. The card is stacked. Thursday, we're back with more content. Friday is a triple header. Impact fans, Friday night, we're doing a double screen. We're doing a double stream. We're going to do the usual SmackDown Rampage, but Impact is in the way. And not really. We're going to get a really good card with Impact. And then we'll be here on the weekend, I think, and we'll talk about it. We got more coming your way. I think one of our fans put us onto something. So Stay tuned. Click that little bell. Tell everybody you know. And guys, tomorrow's going to be fun. It's this man's birthday very soon. A couple hours away. So, good cause. Go click the chat. Go get a t-shirt. Go save $20 on SeatGeek. Nick, I'll let you say something.
I was just going to say, let me in. Oh, no, actually, I was going to go. And just remember, I'll always light the way. All you have to do is let me in.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a white rabbit on the loose. Stay tuned. And other than that, this was NXT. The Rainbow brand has one more episode left, I do believe. And as you can see, we're transitioning away, and I'm excited. But until then, and until tomorrow, the birthday party. It's a birthday party. Show up. We will see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.